Hey yo, what is up guys, Expert TV here and I'm back with another video. Yeah, you know, from the title you lot think it's clickbait, it's actually not clickbait. But, you know, I've got an interesting story for you lot. So, you know, get your popcorn, sit down, relax, you know, watch the video. And yeah, let's get into the video. So about 7.5 to 8 years ago, you know, I don't think you lot probably remember, but I remember is that, you know, there was ash cloud situation going on in the UK because in Iceland a volcano erupted and all the ash came to the UK, and you know it was causing a lot of problems. You know, flights were getting cancelled, and you know, people were, because people have asthma, it's not good for them, so people with asthma were getting problems as well and stuff like that. But at the time, you know, obviously we were on holidays, we went to Dubai, and it was really nice. Like, it was probably one of the best holidays I've ever had. But you know, we went to Dubai and, you know, we chilled and stuff like that. And on the news we saw something about the ash cloud situation, and you know, we didn't take that serious because obviously the news sometimes has to lie. Like, they said that The Rock died. You know, The Rock didn't die, all right, calm down. But anyways, you know, so you know, the news that was said about something about the Icelandic eruption and stuff like that, and you know, honestly, me and my parents didn't really concentrate on that. And yeah, so after, you know, the holidays were done and stuff like that, you know, we went to the airport in Dubai, you know, to obviously go back to the UK. And you know, on the board thing it said that our flight was cancelled, and honestly, you know, we didn't know. We were like, what the hell is this and stuff, you know, like, what the hell's going on? But like, if you lot don't know, if a plane, you know, goes through, like, you know, ash cloud and stuff like that, the thing is that the ash cloud has, like, you know, stones and little sands and stuff, like, you know, like really little stones and sand. And you know, if that goes into the engine of the plane, you know, while it's flying, obviously it will fail the engine and you'll pretty much go down and then you will die. Pretty much that's how it is. So you know, obviously, you know, that's why the flight was cancelled. And you know, surprisingly, my teacher from year 2 was over there, and that was surprising. You know, obviously I was about 7-8 years old, so I mean, obviously, like, I was pretty young at that time. No, I was 8 years old, and obviously, like, you know, still it's fine, you know, what's going on and stuff. But you know, I think I was like 7-8 years old, and I met my teacher from year 2, and she was like, what the hell? Like, obviously she was like, you know, like, you know, what the hell? Like, you know, who's this? Like, you know, obviously, like, no, I'm joking, not who's this, but like, they know who it was, like, yeah. And she was like, yeah, what's up and stuff. She was explaining about the ash cloud situation, and we didn't really take it serious. But yeah, so the people in the airport told us to go to Doha. I think it was like an hour and a half away from Dubai, and you know, obviously we went there, and it was actually a really paying hotel. I'm not gonna lie to you, the hotel was so paying. Like, it was a 5-star hotel, you know, it was just really good. I remember it right now as well. Like, they had a buffet system, like, they gave you like everything. And the funny thing is, we didn't even have to pay for it. The reason why we didn't pay for it is because obviously, like, you know, it's not our fault that the ash cloud situation going on. We didn't make it happen. So I mean, we didn't even have the currency of the country, and so how are we gonna pay for the hotel? So, you know, obviously they let us stay in the hotel for free for 6 days, and you know, them 6 days went good. Like, them 6 days were fun and stuff like that. So obviously, like, you know, our clothes, we didn't know where our clothes were, but our clothes were in suitcases and stuff like that. So we didn't even have our suitcase. So I was literally sleeping in tracksuit. And if you lot don't know, Doha and Dubai are probably one of the hottest countries in the world, and like, I was sweating like I can't even curse because, you know, probably gonna, yeah, you know, but you know, I was sweating so bad. And literally in the night, the first night I slept with my tracksuit, like, it was a fat tracksuit as well, and I was sweating, and literally I couldn't even sleep. So the next night I obviously slept naked, like, with my boxers, and that's all pretty much what I can do. Obviously I'm not gonna sleep with my tracksuit on, am I? So I had to take off my clothes, obviously, so then sleep. But you know, I think we got our suitcases a bit later. I think we got our suitcases a bit later. Yeah, we got like a day late or something. But you know, let me just remember. So after 6 days, you know, the 6 days were over. The hotel was like, you know, nah, like we ain't paying for you lot, because you know we can't afford you lot to stay here. Because there was a lot of people. That was like literally, the hotel was nearly full. Like a whole plane, nearly a whole plane was literally in their hotel. Like obviously I understand, but like, you know, obviously, you know, you know, like we can't afford you lot to stay here, so you would have to leave. And you know, obviously, like it was I mean, this was not even expected, but like, you know, my parents were just, bruh, they flipped out on them. Like they were like, literally, like probably my parents were the only one who literally just stood up, you know, like literally went against what they said. Obviously everyone didn't say anything, they were obviously against what they said, but like my parents actually went face to face with them, saying like, you know, this is the wrong thing and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like my parents are savages. Like they're full savages. They would say whatever the hell they want to anyone. Like obviously at that time, now it's different, but before, like at that time, they would say anything they want to anyone. So it was actually kind of funny still, because the people, you know, literally they were like, my parents were like, you know, this is the wrong thing, you know. Obviously my mum just like, you know, just said some stuff that I don't remember, but you know, my parents obviously stood up and stuff. They were like, you know, this is the wrong thing, you shouldn't do that and stuff like that, because look, there's little children, and you know, obviously they have nowhere to stay, and you know, obviously like this is the wrong thing, because it's just the wrong thing, because you can't just kick someone out of the hotel because, you know, because of the ash class situation and stuff like that. That's what they said. That's kind of what I remember. So I think the next day, I think it was, or in the night, they said there was a flight going. You know, there was a flight, there was a test flight going on, and if anyone wants to go, you can go. They said it can be a risk of your life. I mean, you can die or you might be alive, they said to us. So obviously, like, you know, how you know, we're savages, you know, we went on the dangerous flight, because obviously, you know, why not? You know, why not? So obviously, you know, we were sat on the flight and stuff, and you know, oh, you know, it was pretty damn scary, because obviously, like, you're in a plane, like dying in a plane, like, it's, don't know how it feels, but it must be scary, because if I can't sit on a roller coaster, then how the flip am I gonna see a plane going down like that at freaking 400 miles an hour? Like, no, that's just not gonna happen with me. But you know, it was pretty damn dangerous, and yeah. What they said to us before we sat on the plane, what they said to us is that, you know, there's you know, we're going to Glasgow, and in Glasgow we're gonna land, and we're gonna have a 12 hours drive on a coach back to London. But obviously, like, when we got to Glasgow, I think it was, yeah, I think it was Glasgow or something, but then they said, you know, that, you know, there's ash cloud and stuff ahead, and you know, obviously you can't stop the plane and just reverse, is it? Like, that's not gonna happen, is it? So afterwards, you know, we went Glasgow and stuff, and you know, the ash cloud was covering everything up, so we couldn't see where to land. We didn't even know where we were. Like, we knew we were in Glasgow, but we, like, you know, it was just not safe. So, you know, the pilot was like, you know, he's spinning the plane around like that, and he was like, you know, we don't know what to do, and you know, like, you know, just read your prayers and stuff like that, because you know, you don't know if you're gonna live and stuff like that. And obviously everyone in the plane was shouting like, bruv, calm down, innit? Like, it's all good, like, we're gonna die anyways eventually, so it don't matter. But obviously, like, you know, I was kind of shook as well still, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I went to sleep a bit, because like, I was sleeping a bit, then I woke up, and then I heard all of this stuff, but then I see everyone shouting and stuff. And then, you know, the pilot was like, you know, read your prayers and stuff, because we don't know if we're gonna live for any longer and stuff. And everyone were hugging each other and crying and stuff like that. And you know, I understand as well. And when you looked out the window, like, the only thing you could see is like these powder stuff. Like, I don't know what it was. It's like protein shake outside, like, in the sky. It's literally like powder and stuff like that. That's what I can describe. Like, you can see it, you can kind of see it, but it was kind of like that. That's how I describe it. So, you know, after, obviously, we're going around in circles for like half an hour, I think. Around about half an hour to 45 minutes. That's kind of what I remember. you know, obviously the plane fuel was going down as well, because the plane fuel, you know, a plane doesn't, you know, just you know, like, it's doesn't real fuel like that. So what happened is that, you know, they were like, you know, the plane fuel's going down as well, so pray and stuff. So afterwards, you know, the pilot said, you know, they took the risk to go to London and like fly to London and stuff like that. That's kind of what I remember. So we went to London instead of staying in Glasgow. So we flew to London, and obviously the plane fuel was going down, and it was running on water vapes and something like vape basically. And you know, basically I don't know what that means, but it's like it's running on nothing. Like, it's basically running on nothing, and that is bad, because then it'll overheat the engine and the engine could go kaboom. I think that's how it works, because you're not, it's not working. Like, it's just basically working with that. That's all I know how planes work, alright? I don't know, but something like that happened. But when we landed into Heathrow Airport, obviously, like, it's not going to be a smooth one, innit? Like, it won't, like, literally a plane just goes like that. We went like boom, like that. That's kind of what I remember. It was a rough landing. Like, it hurt. It really hurt. And then at the end, like, everyone was like cheering and stuff like that. And, you know, obviously I understand why, because we nearly just about to die in a plane. Like, come on, like, who wouldn't be shook? But still, I was shook as well still, because who would want to die in a plane? But yeah, I was kind of shook still. Yeah, you know, when we got off Heathrow Airport, you know, obviously we were like we were the only people, literally, like, in the whole history of me going on holidays, that was like, literally, we were the only plane which landed in the ash cloud and stuff like that in the UK, and it was hella scary. This was one of it's hella scary. And literally the good part was that we got done in like 5 to 10 minutes. Like, there was no one there, so there's really nothing to check. And everyone, you know, when you got out, everyone was like cheering and saying yay and all that stuff like that, you know, all that, you know how it works. But honestly, it was scary, guys. I'm gonna say one thing, you know, this was a really like scary experience, and honestly, I don't want to go through that ever again, and I don't want anyone to go through that ever again, because it's not a fun thing, to be honest with you. It's scary. It's honestly scary. Like, that's probably one of the reasons, honestly, why I don't like planes, is because you, like, things like that happen, and then, you know, yeah, you know, it just scares me now, to be honest. But like, obviously, I hate when the plane takes off. I don't mind when it's landing, but I hate when it takes off. Just, I don't like that feeling. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give this video a big thumbs up. You know, if you want to see more videos like this, you know, make sure to comment underneath. But honestly, guys, this was one of the, God knows what experience this was, but guys, this was a really mad experience. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give this a big thumbs up. You know, make sure, comment underneath. You know, if you want to see more videos like this, just say yes if you want to, obviously. But yeah, anyways, guys, like, subscribe, peace out.